Welcome to Meet the Biz. I wanna bring on uh, a man, and I see that you're lit up, T-Bone. I wanna add the spotlight for Mr. Antonio T-Bone Williams. Oh, there he is. Hell, I'm gonna unmute you. Hey, T-Bone.
How you doing, David?
Oh my goodness, how are you?
I'm feeling very good today. I'm feeling cheerful.
You're sitting up. The light is lighting you up in a very artistic, wonderful, beautiful way. In fact, I need a light like that. But if the thing is, if it hit this, no, I won't go into that again. As you can see, I shook up my room a bit. I changed things around, and my window is lighting me up now, so I get light that way. I have to say, just to introduce you a little, T-Bone, you are one of the first members of 25 years of Performing Arts Studio West. Isn't that true?
Yeah, I've been with Performing Arts 11 years.
11 years?
Yeah.
But now they've been around 25 years, right?
Yeah.
So you've been around a long time.
But when I started performing arts, I had met John at the West Side Jam, and I asked him a little bit about the program because they were performing at Performing Arts, and I asked, they were performing at the Regional Center, and I saw them perform at the Regional Center, and I asked them a little bit about performing. I asked him a little bit about Performing Arts, and I asked him what he do. So I looked on the website, and I joined Performing Arts, and I started, and I loved it ever since. So I stayed, but I stayed because I like the Performing Arts.
Well, Performing Arts, to me, Performing Arts Studio West, everybody here is part of the family. And I have to say, T-Bone, you are magic. You are such an actor. You've been in the advanced class, you've done shows, you sing, you
rap.
You rap. You rap. Listen, you rap as in music, and I rap my Hanukkah gifts. But I have a couple of questions here to ask, and one of them is, where did the name T-Bone come from?
You asked me. You asked me a real good question. Well, at the time, I was really street creative with the gangs and stuff. So that's how the name T-Bone came about. But it wasn't planned to be that way. But at that time, I had real personal issues at that time. But when I came before, when I came to Performing Arts, and I I met John
Right.
because some of the days I used to come to performing arts and I used to come early in the morning. I used to be so sad and stuff.
Yeah.
I I used to come to perform real early in the morning, right?
Right.
And I had just I had just came from the studio. I was at the studio all night because I was doing studio work
Well, it,
outside.
you know what it sounds like? It sounds like being at Performing Arts Studio West has really changed your life.
Yeah, because sometimes I didn't really feel at home. And John, John welcomed me with open arms because some days I used to come into work and I used to be so sad and I never wanted to go home. No, I I really I really didn't feel comfortable at all, so I would stay to before it until 3 o'clock in the afternoon because
And
I never felt comfortable at home, so I
but
was staying.
so in a way, Performing Arts Studio West became your home and family.
Yeah, and John became like John John became like like my dad. So
Oh, okay. I'm tearing up here. I love that story. I love that story. By the way, what is your biggest joy in life?
to to really be honest, I I have so many joys, but my biggest joy is when I got to be on the jet with when I got to be on the jet and I got to be in another TV show
Yeah.
called called the Bet Runner, and John went on set with me that day, and we filmed in the city of Converse, and and when I got when I got that audition, I was only like 20, 20, 22 or like something like that. And when, when I got to the audition, I left house at 5 in the morning. And
5 in the morning. Well, that's the way it is in this business, huh? You get up early.
and and the staff treated me so good on both of them shows.
Right. Well, now defining like your biggest joy in life, what was one of your biggest life-changing moments? One of your biggest life-changing moments in your life?
When when I when, when I got to be on the jet, when I got to be on the jet, and and the guy, the director was running the show,
Hmm.
and and, and everybody liked me, and I was on that show for 4 days, and the producer let me work the camera and stuff like that on that day.
So why art? Why camera work? Why singing? I mean, you say you're a rapper, which you're wonderful at doing all of the different stuff. You make it your own. Why entertainment? Why the entertainment business?
Because started doing music when I was 18 years old. And it's been, it's been a real joy of my life. And when that's it's a real risky job, but it's a real rewarding job. And and see, when you're doing something rewarding and something that you love to do, you don't really have time to be angry. You don't have time to be arguing with one another because it was something that I love doing. Even when I'm in your class,
Yeah.
it's a wonderful feeling because you you have brought me from performing arts and brought me from a long way.
Well, I tell you, to have you in my classes, I learn from you. You know, I always see that and say that we are each other's students, we are each other's teachers, and I have seen you grown throughout the years and open up and are so available. So it's beautiful.
And when my favorite moment was when I got to work with Chris Jardine White. When I got when, when when I got to work with them behind the scenes, and I got to work with them with the camera, and I did a couple back scenes with the shows, and I just love working with Jardel and Chris and Joe Stevie
Mm,
because I also did a little editing with I I am a producer too, so I just love it, David, and I
yeah.
was ready for work. But I also did radio for El Camino College, and uh, I enjoyed that. But I also did did I used to go to El Camino, and I used to help the blind people to class,
Right.
the people that can't see. I I used to take them to class and be in the class with them to take them to class, to their other class.
Hmm.
I would like their teacher aid, but I was the only one that would take them to class.
Well, you know what's interesting too is how, again, beside being each other's student and teacher, we can help and allow to heal each other. You know, there's so many people in the world, and especially right now with all the news and the negativity, it's that we
Like,
focus on that a lot, don't we?
and like I told you a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
I I just lost my mom.
Oh, oh, I know. And our condolences with you. Our love is with you, and just to know that we've got a lot of family here that we're sending you love. In fact, we have several people who want to ask you a question and connect with you today. And the first one is the beautiful, the wonderful Monique Washington. Here's Monique.
Hello.
Hello.
T-Bone, how long do you rap? For many years.
I I started rapping when I was about 11 years old and stuff like that. But it's it's a real it's a rewarding feeling, but it also take, takes a lot of practice and stuff like that. But it's something that I love doing because it keeps me out of trouble.
Mm. How long, by the way, how long have you and Monique known each other?
Um, I've, I've, I've been knowing Monique for a while, and I also know her dad and her mom. So they, they, they also mean a, a lot, to me too. So I used to go to church with Monique and her dad and her family and stuff like that. So I really got got to really know Monique as a real human being.
Well,
And she,
it's so wonderful. Again, it connects to this family of and the positive of love, you know, and I come back even to you and to Performing Arts Studio West, how this place is a haven. It's a family, and we focus on the love. We don't we you know, the negativity in the world. You come here to Performing Arts, you have T-Bone here, you have Monique, you have everybody who is watching right now, and it really is a family. Thank you, Monique. You're
You're very
just
welcome.
lovely and
Mhm.
gorgeous and talented. And we have another person who wants to come on today, and a dear friend of yours, Raquel Chavez. Raquel Chavez.
Oh, hey, Tia. Well, I'm trying to call you. Oh, back to this question. I had two. One is how you want to started being a rapper in music. Do you make your own words or
uh,
how?
I make I make my own way, but like uh, I work with it. It it like it's like four people in the group that I work with, and my producer, he lives in no Louisiana, and we all sit around and write music and we sing, and we've been together. I haven't seen them in a while, but I'm in the process of getting back with them as well.
And the other question is how, well, you started in the program 98. How you feel being in that program more longer? Some of us.
It's it's rewarding feeling, and not only that, I've been knowing you for a long time, and
20.
when I first met when I first met Raquel, she 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 was very shy, and how we met was I started speaking Spanish, and she didn't know I speak Spanish, so I, I started speaking Spanish to her, and she was like, "What did you say?" And I spoke Spanish back to her, and we've been friends ever since. And Raquel was the type of girl, she would help me with my lunch. She would help me with when I used to smoke. She used to help me. She would. He was kind of like my backbone, like Monique was. Them two
I was
was like my backbone.
I was your right hand. I always hope you always 22 years. That's
Yeah,
why
yeah. And she,
we we met very long.
and she,
I remember when we were back in the studio, and now we're coming, well, of course, back in the studio again before the pandemic. You always, I could see you right there. You guys were like hanging out together a lot, and you would help each other.
Yeah, I
and,
told T-Bone always asking me, wanna hang out with Araceli? She wanna hang out with us too. I'm like, come on, I wanna see a movie together. This Monday.
yeah,
You want?
but once I get my wheelchair fixed, we gonna go out. You and Aaron Larry.
Well,
There you go.
I have to say, the song that comes to my mind, "We Are Family." Oh my God. Thank you, Raquel.
You're welcome.
I love it. Just to round this off, T-Bone, because we're gonna have another interview coming up, but I wanted to, and those who didn't get to ask a question this time, you'll get a chance. I got you, Savan. So for the next half hour, I'm gonna get you in to ask a question. T-Bone, what do you want the most at this moment in your life?
Uh, uh, like, like, uh, like, 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 like I always say, I, I want to stay with performing as long as I can. But I also want to go back to school and get my music, my producer license, and I also want to go back and go, go, get- go get, go, get- go get my business license. That's my biggest joy in life. But I also want to stay with performing arts as long as I can, because I don't think they have any other program like performing arts, and I wouldn't and, and I wouldn't trade performing arts for nothing in the world. It, it's just a people place to be.
It sure
When
is.
you,
It sure is a blessing, isn't it?
yeah, and if I can say this real quick, this that 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 provider is something that you can you can you can never you can never see a program like that, because most programs that you go to, you you gotta pay. You gotta pay to be an actor, and I wouldn't pay performing arts for nothing.
T-Bone, Antonio T-Bone Williams, thank you so much for being here today and every day. Your presence heals us all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Each day through my window, I watch her as she passes by. I say to myself, you're such a lucky guy to have a girl like her. It's truly a dream come true. Out of all the fellas in the world, she belongs to you. But it was just my imagination.